Hey everybody, I'm Justin Bohn.
I'm Mike Val.
And this is the Bohn and Zano Zone, where we are always on the lanes, off the charts, and on the mic. Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Bohn and Zano Zone podcast presented by BuddiesProShop.com. We are on location at Mike's house today.
We're in my kitchen.
And we're in a little old location.
Yeah, this is how we started it. My nose looks terrible. I cut my nose before. Yeah, we're on location. Justin's here for the first time ever doing it.
It's like the second time I've ever been in your house.
Yeah, well, this is the new house.
Yeah.
So this is the new place. Not a lot of people have been in the new place. You know who the first person ever spent the night in this house is?
I feel like it's Tommy Burns.
It is Tommy Burns.
That's good.
All right, so
awesome.
Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to catch up on, and before we get started, we're gonna have a huge announcement coming tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. That if you'll see it on social media, Facebook, YouTube, you're gonna want to watch it.
It may make SportsCenter's top 10 list tomorrow night. It very well makes SportsCenter.
Maybe 11, but it'll be close.
It'll be close, and I'm sure we'll have some streaming coverage of this thing as well.
Yes, it will be. It will be unreal.
8 p.m. tomorrow night.
It will be an extremely huge announcement.
It's not fake news either.
This is real news. Real news. 5/14/21 at 8 o'clock, and you can bet on that.
Yes, you can bet on it.
So let's get started. We've got the round of 16 and the round of 8 to recap of the 2021 Kia PBA playoffs, and there's been some big excitement going on so far at the playoffs this year.
Every round has had a roll-off, basically. Yeah. The roll-offs have been really good.
The roll-offs have been exciting. The matches have been exciting. I love the format.
You were there.
Yeah, I was actually there.
He was there.
I got to film it and record it and
he held the belt. He held the belt.
I did. And that was a nice belt.
You know what I found kind of interesting as well is Randy's been very vocal during this. I don't know if you
agree with that.
Oh my God.
I agree with that.
And not that Randy's never been very quiet to begin with, but he's really been letting his opinions fly during this whole.
I would actually agree with that. I actually had a headset on with the program headset when he went off about
Simonson. That's what I was thinking about.
I actually had the headset on when Simonson was off the air, and they didn't replay.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that. So.
Well, Randy, it didn't, and a lot of people, even on social media, said that it didn't seem like Randy was a very big fan of Simonson, the way he's been acting.
No. Which I can agree with, but I don't know that was the place to.
It wasn't the right place to really throw the shot there.
Right.
You want to do the shot, do it off the air.
Right. So before we get too much into the playoffs, there's a ton of other stuff going on besides the playoffs that we want to talk about.
So there's been 4 or 5 PBA 50s so far? 5. All right, so 5. First one was Walter Ray. Go figure. Shocking.
Walter Ray winning his record-breaking 15th PBA 50 Tour title.
Correct. That's 120.
Probably close to 120.
Yeah, he's over 120 now.
It's insane. Insane what he's done.
All right, so we have that. How about the second one, which was the Score Fest?
Yes. That was the Villages, right?
No, that was Johnny's Clearwater.
That was a Jason Couch win.
That was the one where your father was 330 over for the first round and was about 90 behind Weber. That's insane.
For 7 games.
Not 8. For 7. Pete ran him over.
Oh, and that was the the event with the stepladder that had Michael Haugen shoot 300. And Chris Barnes had 290 going in the 10th and was shut out.
How about welcome to the senior tour of Grandpa Barnes?
Yeah, really.
Drawing dead with 290 in the water. He must have loved life in the 10th. But and that we actually asked that one, who was going to win first, Couch or Barnes?
I said.
And we thought Barnes was going to win first.
Yeah, we both did.
Yeah, but Couch ran him over.
He struck a lot.
Yeah.
His ball hit really hard.
He looked really good. Like, his knees looked good. He didn't look like he was a cripple or anything.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
All right, so let's go to the following week. Then they're in the Villages.
Yes, the PBA 50 National Championship.
That was the major.
That was a win by Weber.
Shocking. He ran him over there again.
Yep.
I don't think we want to talk about it, but there was one lefty that got a check in that tournament. They kind of wiped the left out.
Yeah, the left wasn't
the
greatest in the Villages.
No, left was not good in the Villages. But who was it? Weber was on the show.
Lenny Borsch.
Lenny Borsch has been on the show basically.
Lenny Borsch, I think, has been on the show 3 out of the 5 stops, which is pretty impressive, and hasn't won.
Yeah, well, he's won. He just hasn't won this year.
What? Yeah, correct.
Haugen's been on the show like every year, or every week rather.
Haugen's been on the show a lot. He finished second back-to-back weeks, the first 2 weeks.
Yes. Shot 300.
Going in the 4th week, Weber wins again, back-to-back.
Did that tie him with Walter?
I don't think so.
He's close.
For the PBA 50 titles, yes, but not the overall ones.
Oh, no. We know he's not.
Overall, Pete's way behind him.
Pete's probably like 20 behind him, if I had to guess. I'm going to look up Weber stuff. Well, I can't even do it. It was the PBA's website so bad. That's right. I said that. The PBA website's really bad. That was there. Then they went to North Carolina.
No, that was Pete won the 4th one in North Carolina. Then
Pete went back to back.
Yeah,
that's right. Sorry.
And then the 5th stop, the Budmore Classic in Virginia.
Now, how cool was that?
That was really cool. Let me pull up a quick picture of Budmore Lanes, which is where the finals were.
Well, we got to explain to everybody what Budmore Lanes is. People don't know it.
Budmore Lanes is a 2-lane center in a guy's basement, in someone's basement. Now,
that's incredible.
The stepladder finals were in this guy's basement on a different lane surface, same pattern.
Just really quick here. So Weber has 48 regional titles.
Jesus.
4 PBA 50 regional titles. So he has 52 regional wins.
Wow.
Combined, 52 regional wins.
Yeah.
37 titles on the national tour. 13 PBA 50 titles. So a little basic math here. 13 and 37 is 50.
Correct. He's got 102.
102. He's about 20 behind Walter.
Yeah, literally 20 behind him.
And Walter has 15 senior titles, so he's 2 behind him there.
Correct. So this is the Budmore Lanes in this guy's basement.
That's sick.
That is unreal. So the show was over here on these 2 lanes over here. That's where they had the stepladder finals. Where who won that? Can't remember.
John
Marsala.
John Marsala.
Yep.
How about local guy that I bowled in Jersey States with 3 weeks ago, making the show, Mitch Sachs.
Mitch Sachs.
Yeah,
that was pretty good too.
That was a pretty good one, but that was pretty cool. So now they're on a little bit of a break.
Yes.
They're on a little break.
Probably until the summer.
Like a month or 6 weeks, maybe?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I think both of the majors got moved. That were supposed to be back-to-back in June. I think they both got moved.
We'll look it up now. Now, the other thing going on now is the Queens.
Yes.
The Queens is going on now.
USBC Queens is happening in Reno.
At the stadium.
Also want to talk about
They're off until July 2nd.
Okay.
They go to Texas, Hammond, Indiana, Michigan, back to Indiana.
All right.
So, yeah, they're off for a while, and then they go out west.
They're going a little later, too.
Yeah, so you said now the Senior U.S. Open is at the Suncoast in Vegas, so that's not until Labor Day weekend, August 29th through the 3rd of September. So that's Labor Day weekend, basically.
Okay.
And then the Masters will be in Las Vegas September 13th to the 19th.
All right.
So there you go.
All right.
That's your PBA 50 update.
And another thing that happened on the collegiate level, the intercollegiate singles and the intercollegiate team championships. I'm going to give a spoiler alert to who won. So if you don't want to know, leave. Goodbye.
Yeah.
But the singles winner, actually from New Jersey, only about an hour from where we live, Deptford area, Katie Robb won the girls' title. And for the boys, Pete Burgos won the boys singles.
Yep.
And we had a shocker sweep, as we call it, the Wichita State men and women winning the national team title.
Yeah.
Which was pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive.
Yeah, that was cool to watch.
So
the shows are going to be exciting to watch too.
Yeah, when do they air?
They just had one Tuesday at 8:00 on CBS. I think it's the next 3 Tuesdays at 8:00 on CBS.
Okay.
I would start there.
All right, so that's your college, and also a college tomorrow night before the big announcement. My buddy here will be doing his official commitment letter tomorrow to Wichita State.
Yep.
He will be signing tomorrow to go to Wichita State. So that will be before the announcement.
Yep.
I don't think we're not gonna live stream that too, right?
Maybe,
but
it won't be as
big,
widely streamed as the other one.
No, it won't be as big.
Correct.
Another guy in the chat right there, Sammy Mack bowled well this week in Virginia.
He did
bowl well this week.
Yeah.
So the Queens is going on now. B squad's starting in a little bit. Got a pick for the Queens?
God, there's so many good players.
I know. Did you see the picture of the majors?
Yes, I saw that. The dinner. That's insane.
There was a dinner that these women went to. I guess they planned it.
Yeah.
And what was there? About a dozen of them, probably 12.
Could have been 15.
It might have been. So it was. I don't want to say a reliving major winner, but I don't think it's the right thing to say.
All the major
the
major winners on the PWBA tour that are bowling the Queens. Probably that went to the Queens.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're talking Liz.
Yep.
Both Liz's.
Liz
Johnson.
Liz Culkin. Kelly Kulick. Danielle McEwen. Shannon O'Keefe.
Leanne
Guerrero.
Carolyn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a who's who.
Right.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool picture.
Yes.
They're all bowling the Queens. So, do we have a pick?
That's a good question. I don't know. There's so many good female bowlers out there that I don't know without looking at the scores, without watching a little bit to even give a pick.
It is in Reno, so that means do we give the lefty the advantage if it's supposed to where it is?
You got to give him a little bit, like a Shannon Pluhowski.
There you go. She's won the Queens before.
I think Diana Z won the Queens, her first Queens in Reno.
Yeah, she's looking for her third one.
She's looking for a third.
Then you have Verity,
Danielle McEwen, Carolyn Dorn-Ballard, Leanne Holstenberg. Mm-hmm. There's so many names. There's so many.
Yeah.
And even the girls coming out of college that are like
Gigi Mason was in second today. She's not even in college yet, right?
No, she's out of college.
Is she really?
Yeah, she bowled on tour last year. Like Julia Bond is very new out of college. There's so many names.
The girl that we talked to,
Jillian,
is she bowling?
No. We talked about the
so she can't bowl the Queens, but she can bowl
the Masters.
The Masters, that's
correct.
Right. Okay. All right.
So
you're right. It's just like put them in a barrel and just pick one. Put them in a hat and pick one.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to those 3-game matches, it can go anyway.
Carrie Smith's another one. She's from Pennsylvania. That's Jeff's wife, right?
Local girl.
That's Jeff Smith's wife.
Yep.
That's a good pick there.
Yeah. So we'll be keeping an eye on that as well. But
let's see really quick. They had the bowl. I guess they bowled the women's nationals before they bowled the Queens. A bunch of them did. Maria.
Speaking of that, another lady that had in that list is player from Malaysia, Shaylin Zulkifli.
Yes. Extremely
good player. She took the lead in the diamond for the all events. Extremely good player, and has been a national bowler of Team Malaysia for a very long time.
Did you see what they bowled the doubles? Maria Jose, is that her name?
Yeah.
And her partner, I forget who her partner was. They bowled 1560.
Jesus.
Oh, she bowled 810, I want to say. Maria bowled 810, and I think her partner bowled
750.
A ton, and then local Carson Lukosius just whacked him.
And her teammate bowled the highest single game for doubles
in the history of
the Open. That's insane.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
they can play. All right, so other people that can play are the guys that are on TV.
Yes, and let's get right into this playoff. So the way the players got there, top 16 in points of the 2021 season up to this point this year. And
missing Belmo.
Missing Belmo, yes. Belmo went home. His fourth child was being born, and he had to be home for that, which anyone in their own right mind would choose that.
Correct. I think it's kind of a good thing he wasn't there, too, was he didn't look like himself in the beginning of the season.
No, and it just could have been him being
mentally not there. So probably a good thing that he might have skipped it and like regroup, refresh, and come back in the fall. The summer that and the summer swing. So
yep. And if it's not a very big summer swing, he might not be back until next year.
That is true. Was I don't know what the travel stuff and all that.
Yeah, because I know when he went back this time,
he had a quarantine again.
He still needed that 2-week quarantine. So
where are we going to start?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let's start at the first show, round of 16.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up our bracket.
Pull up the bracket.
We had Kyle Troup, Bohn Andrew Anderson, and Anthony Simonson, Bohn Thomas Larson. So Andrew Anderson and Kyle Troup had a pretty good match. Winning a roll-off. Kyle wins in the roll-off. Simonson was having some issues with the rack.
Yeah.
And let everybody know about it. And Thomas absolutely mauled him. Absolutely ran him over.
Larson's coming into his own. I mean, he won the Masters.
Yes. Larson, I think now that he's got that win under his belt on the
American soil,
I feel like he can be a force to be reckoned with. And I do also think that was definitely his tournament to win because that was definitely his A game.
Oh, 100%. And he's a shot maker, man. He is a flat-out shot maker. He really is.
Uh-huh.
He's smooth. He's up the back of it. He's deadly accurate. So
extremely good at going up the lane, too.
Oh, my God. Phenomenal. When you got to throw it up like 12, my God, you're not beating him with that.
Yeah. In the next show, Francois Lavoie and Dick Allen. Francois having a hell of a season so far, winning the Tournament of Champions, winning the Super Slam. Is that right?
They call it, yeah.
I think the Super Slam.
He won something else.
The Invitational with the 5 major winners.
Yep.
Dick Allen not having a too terrible season.
No, not at all.
Making the show with the players. I believe that they went into a roll-off, and Francois needed a double in the 10th to win the roll-off. Gets a double.
He does what he does.
Wins the roll-off. Now let's go to the next match. Jacob Buttrose and Bill O'Neill.
Well.
Bill O'Neill, the defending champion of this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob had the lead for 19 and a half frames. And keep in mind,
Jacob threw resin the whole time, too.
Yeah, he did.
And he had a really good look with reactive.
He did. Nobody threw urethane.
No.
Nobody threw urethane, which was cool to see.
It made Randy happy, too, probably.
Yes, it did. It did. Jacob had the lead for 19 and a half frames. And the format is they bowl 2 games. And if it's tied 1-1, they go 9th to 10th frame roll-off.
I like that.
Jacob needed a mark in the 10th in game 2 to win the match, split, lost in the roll-off, Bill wins. And Bill had no business winning.
No. Love Bill to death, but he did not deserve an advance.
No, he did not. That match was not his to win.
That was Butters' match from the first frame of the first game. Butters had the best look on that pair.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very surprised. You know, I don't say he gagged one up, but he let the shot at the U.S. Open when he needed 3 to tie 5.
Mm-hmm.
He got the double, and he threw the 1 in the 12th pretty poorly. He didn't strike. I feel like there was one other show where he needed someone to win in the 10th and he didn't perform, which is very unlike him. Normally, Butters is really good when he needs it. So very surprising to see Butters kind of falter in the 10th multiple times this year.
I would agree. On the other side of the bracket, Chris Viable and Christian Ascona. Chris Vi having a heck of a season so far. I mean, made the regional show with the players.
Another major show.
Made the show at the Masters.
Won the U.S. Open.
I mean,
these are between this one and the other the Invitational with the majors winners. These are I'm not gonna count them. I'm not gonna say they're shows, but this is the first time he's ever been on TV that was not in a major. Every show he's made has been in a major. Everyone. He's never made a regular
standard show. Yeah,
a standard, correct.
That's impressive. That's impressive. And Christian Ascona coming out on top. I want to say in the roll-off.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Ascona also having a extremely good season.
He's coming into his own now.
Making the show at the Masters, right? The U.S. Open. Made the show at the U.S. Open.
Yes, he beat Sterner in the first match.
Yes, and I believe he made a show somewhere else in the season.
Yes.
He made
the regional one. Yep.
The regional show for the players.
Mm-hmm.
Next up,
my man,
Chris Prather and EJ Tackett. Now,
I have a man crush on Prather, so.
I know you do, Mike.
Yeah.
I know you do. But Chris Prather, or Chris Forey, president of BuddiesProShop.com, shout out to Chris. We were talking, and they don't re-oil for the second match of the show. And EJ and Chris were the second match of the show. And the guys that got further left quick ran into trouble. And if you went back and saw that match, they got really ugly.
Mm-hmm.
When you moved in, they got really tight down lane or your ball overhooked, and they were super hard to control. And he said that was the match that was going to get ugly if it did. And Chris Prather was not himself in that show.
No, and normally when you force Prather left like that, you're not beating him.
No, he's good.
He's really good from like fifth arrow and left.
And it's very rare to see anybody miss a single pin on TV. He missed 2 9-pins.
Yeah, that's not like him at all.
No, not at all.
No, he didn't look comfortable.
No.
At all.
No.
So
I mean, he fought back and won the second game and forced a roll-off, but did not make the shots he needed to win the roll-off.
He wasn't shark-like on this show.
No. So
Advanced EJ.
On the fourth show.
Tampa Tom.
Jason Sterner. Sterner actually having a chance to win the game, win the match. Tom won the first game.
Yes.
And then Sterner wins the second game.
Go the roll-off.
Sterner wins the second game, going to a roll-off. Tom, I believe, gets 39, and Sterner struck the first frame, so he needs 40.
He needs to go 40.
40. 9 spare strike spare. It's over. Spare 9, going to a 1-ball roll-off for the match. Sterner got 9 3 times in a row, went light, and Tom Doherty got on to the next round. Next match.
I'll tell you what, Doherty is making a place for a little thing for Player of the Year too.
Mm-hmm.
He really is. He's had a really good year. I mean, he won the World Championship. He made another show at the World Series.
He's made 3 shows at the World Series. Made the double show.
He won twice the World Series.
Yeah, he's the only guy with 2 titles.
He won the World Championship, and then obviously he won the other one, the other animal one, whichever one that was.
Scorpion.
That was the one.
Yep. And then the last match of the round of 16. By the way, this match between Jesper Svensson and Sam Cooley. 2 guys that don't normally get excited, but that match, because of how hard their ball hits the pins, was exciting to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, their ball looks like a bullet train.
Like a bomb is going off in the pin deck.
Yeah. And Sam, oh my God, Sam is the most unanimated character.
I'm not going to say. I sent you a text message when I watched it the other night. We're not going to say what I said, but Sam is just very calm, cool, and collective. No emotion whatsoever. And it was funny when he was on the other night. Kimberly Pressler was like pulling words out of his mouth. Like he didn't want to speak to her.
Right. It's
like, Sam, I asked you a question. Now you answer the question.
You're supposed to answer.
You're supposed to answer the question.
Yeah.
He just stood there like a wall.
Yeah.
But his ball hits like a freight train.
Yes, it does.
So
Jesper wins the first game. They both could have struck out for 269 in the 10th. Sam would flat 10 the first one. Jesper would get the first hit to win. Jesper throwing reactive on TV for
very surprising too.
Which I think is the first time we've ever seen him throw reactive on TV. If not the first, definitely the second, and no more than that. And then they actually tied the second game. So they're going to a 1-ball roll-off for the game. Sam wins the game. Go 9th and 10th frame roll-off. Jesper had 16.
Not very good.
No.
And
when Sam struck, do the math, you need 4 and 2 balls.
You need 4 and 2 balls. He has to stay in the building.
Yeah. So on the round of 8, Kyle Troop and Thomas Larson. Kyle would actually win both games. So there would be no roll-off.
No.
And I thought that was pretty impressive. They didn't look very easy.
And they were on the fresh. They were on the breakdown.
Neither one of the guys had doubled, I think, through the first half of the first game. And Kyle, after that,
got lined in.
He got lined in, struck out game 1 and struck a lot in game 2. And that was all she wrote.
Send Larson packing.
Yep. Kyle Troop moving on to the final 4. First of 4. Next up, we had Francois Lavoie, Bill O'Neill.
Oh, boy.
By the way.
Oh, boy.
Good match. Really good match.
Well, I don't even know how you would want to start with this one. The first game was a grind fest with 190, 180, 180, 180, 180, 170.
190, 180. So Bill needed, I think, 20 in the 10th Either 20 or needed the first one in the 10th, and he's 7-10.
Yes.
So he bowled 190. And Frankie was on a strike and was bowling 180, so he needed a double.
Double to get to 2-0.
Correct. And moved right. They were ugly.
Frankie moved around. He had the one shot he threw the spare away.
Yeah.
And he went and tried to throw it right. And they said that, that could have bit him in the ass afterwards, but it didn't. It was Bill 7-10. But Frankie was fishing the entire game.
Yeah. That match was super up. It could have been that show in general because, Thomas Larson really didn't have the best look. Kyle was the only one to have the good look.
Yeah.
And then going into the roll-off, Bill needed a double in the 10th to win, struck the first ball, and had bad carry basically the whole match and rang a 10 the second ball in the 10th.
Bill's carry was terrible.
It was not good.
God, it was terrible.
You never want to win against bad carry, but Bill did not have good carry at all.
I'll give you a Johnnyism.
Go ahead.
He bowled well. He scored poorly. And Bill out-bowled Frankie in that match, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
He absolutely he made shot after shot and was 7-10 in the 10th. Frame 1, game 2 was a 7-10. And then how many ring 10 did he live on the right lane?
A lot.
It was unbelievable. And you could hear him I'm moving and move. Ring 10, ring 10. You can't out-bowl a bad ball reaction. He didn't have a bad ball reaction. You can't out-bowl poor carry.
Yeah.
So Frankie moving on to the Final Four.
And on to the last and final show of the round of 8. Christian Azcona bowling EJ Tackett. Christian Azcona having a pretty good season.
He is.
As so far. And his goal was just to make it to the playoffs.
Yep.
And found himself needing, I think, the first one and 9 in the roll-off.
Mm-hmm.
And would get up and throw the double. And
send EJ packing.
Yeah. EJ Tackett packing.
EJ's been the recipient of a lot of bad breaks this year. He really has.
Yeah.
He's got in there when he made every show at the World Series. Right? Every animal show at the World Series?
He made every match play at the World Series.
That's every match play at the World Series. But every time he got to the show at the World Series, it just didn't go his way, or he got run over by a bulldozer.
Yeah.
He hasn't had an EJ year.
No. And he hasn't won since 2019.
No, he's in a little bit of a slump.
Yep. So Christian Azcona, number 15 seed, making it to the Final Four. Find that pretty impressive.
Yeah, very impressive.
Pretty impressive. Next up, we had Tom Doherty and Sam Cooley, 2 guys that I don't think we've seen bowl on TV against each other.
There's only one thing that sticks out of my mind from this one,
and it was the
Sam shooting his 10-pin.
Oh, well, I wasn't thinking about. You're right. You're right. Sam, his thumb slug came out of his ball.
Oh my God!
On the spare shot and stuck on his thumb. Hold on. I got this. We have to pull up.
Yeah, and again, that's why I don't know if he uses its.
I think he does.
Yeah, and that's why I hate using the its. I'm always afraid of something like that. People like you don't have to worry about that because you don't.
Not anymore.
You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Not anymore.
No, I don't have to worry about it. When you put your thumb, you don't have to worry about it. But I think he just passed it.
Oh, here, let's. We'll find it.
We'll find it.
I'm gonna
right there.
No.
Yeah, if I'm in trouble for Cooley.
Wait, really?
Yeah, has to be it. Yeah, that's it right there.
Wow, I saw a picture of Shannon O'Keefe to show how much I'm paying attention.
It's okay.
So let's share the screen. You just gotta watch this.
Yeah, this one is pretty impressive.
This is insane. Ball goes past the arrows.
Ball goes backwards, basically off his hand.
And his thumb came out of the ball. Out of the ball. Way to go.
I don't like using it.
I don't know that was an it thing. I think it was a slug thing.
How do you get the slug out of there?
That's
what makes it even more interesting. That had to be an it.
I think it just came unglued from the slug.
It has to be an it.
It's crazy. Crazy.
That's nuts. But he got through it.
Yep. And the roll-off was the most interesting part for me because I think he only bowled 38 or 37. I think he bowled 37.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Doherty was on a spare. He needed 18 to win. And threw it really good off his hand. And it never hooked any 2-4-10. And, I was actually sitting right next to Eric. And he goes, I don't know how that didn't hook. It was.
He looked baffled and that one didn't get there.
It was basically the same thing that happened to Ryan Simonelli at the World Championship.
When he bucketed.
Yeah, when he needed a strike to win, and Belmo got 9, and he 3-5-6 and said, "Had that not
hook? I missed by a half."
Same thing. He actually threw 3 or 4 practice shots after the show, and he goes, "I don't know how it didn't hook."
Yeah. So, Final Four. Now, what's the format for this? Are they all together, or is still the bracket?
Same format. But for the final match, it is two-game matches. So it's like race to 2 again. So they'll bowl the race to 2, 1 point. Race to 2, the second point.
So you got to go 2 in order to win the tournament, basically.
Yes, and if it's 1-1 again after the two-game matches, another 9th and 10th frame roll off.
Okay.
So roll off city is what we're looking at this weekend.
Yeah, 100%. So it's Troop
Bohn and Francois, and the
Cooley,
unorthodox match of Sam Cooley and Christian Ascona.
The long shots. It's like the favorites against the long shots.
Yeah.
This is good though. I mean,
this is good for bowling.
100%.
I like this.
You're seeing different people.
Yes.
I mean, you're seeing the stars of Frankie and Kyle, and then you're going to see relatively not household names with Ascona and
Sam Cooley. Exactly. And Sam having one heck of a season, winning his first title.
Well deserved.
And
you called that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his bowl had like a freight train on that show too.
Yeah, it did.
So what's your pick?
From watching?
You were there.
I was there.
I'll give you my pick and you give me yours then.
Go ahead.
I like Troop.
Okay. Which is not to go wrong with.
And now they're not going to re-oil, right?
That I don't know.
Or will the title match be on Fresh?
That I don't know. The title match will be on Fresh. Well, the title match is its own separate show on Fox.
So they're going to get Fresh for that.
Yes, they will get Fresh for that.
I'd have to say you got to give the edge to Kyle.
Yeah. I like 3 guys.
There's
Kyle.
4 on the show.
I know, but I like 3 guys, and I'll give you the reasoning for each one.
So Kyle's the first one.
Kyle's first one. I mean, he probably has the best score for his 2 matches.
Yeah.
Christian Ascona, I like for the reason that when he got lined up in the second game of his second match against EJ Tackett, his ball hit like a truck, and it didn't miss. Didn't miss. He made a ball change, and it didn't miss. Sam Cooley's my other one because his ball actually hits like a truck.
Yeah, it does.
It hits like
a freight train.
Yeah, it hits like a semi-truck. So, well, that's my reasoning. But I do think if they get ugly, I think Frankie can get through.
Frankie's going to be the grinder of the 4.
Yeah, I don't like Frankie if they are as high scoring as they are.
Yeah, I don't think Frankie's carry isn't going to be as high as the other.
Don't get me wrong, he can strike if he gets lined up.
Absolutely.
But I like the other 3 guys because of how hard that their ball hits when they got lined up.
Yeah, it's when the lane gives you a little more, guys like Ascona because he gets on it, and Kyle
and Sam Cooley
when they get on it, the rev rate is so high.
Their pocket gets bigger.
Exactly, where Frankie can hit a hair at 47 feet down the lane.
Yeah.
But his carry his rev rate's what, 330?
Yeah.
His rev rate's very low.
Yeah.
That's where he's going to be like, flat 10, flat. Exactly. Where he's flat 10ing, Ascona's going to send a pin across the deck.
Right.
Same thing with Kyle.
Right. Exactly.
But like you said, if they get ugly and it becomes a grind fest, I'll take Frankie Laval over anybody in the world.
Right. I would definitely agree with that statement.
And he moved. I mean, how many? Well, he went through 4 or 5 balls.
Yeah.
3 or 4 different parts of the lane. What are they bowling on?
They're bowling on 44 feet Carmen Salvino.
Okay.
So a longer pattern.
Yeah.
No urethane.
And that's good to see.
Yes, I agree. I think it's good to see like guys like Jesper throwing reactive. I think it's incredible to watch.
Do you think that this could be a change now because Jesper didn't throw it, Butters didn't throw it? Do you think that maybe the worm is turning where these guys are like, hey, we want to go back to reactive? Like
I think it was the pattern, in my honest opinion. I think it was the pattern and the combination of the surface.
Because it was longer.
Yeah. That it's such a high friction surface anyway.
Yeah.
That you had to shape it, and on that length of a pattern on 44 feet, you really don't need to be throwing urethane. In my opinion.
Yeah.
We don't normally see Jesper making TV on the longer stuff when he has to throw reactive.
Correct.
So this is the first time that we've seen it because he qualified through points.
When Jesper can just kind of throw urethane at 37 feet off the gutter. See ya.
Yeah, nobody's beating it.
Nobody's touching him.
Nope.
No. And same thing with Kyle too. Kyle can ram urethane up the lane. He's not like the normal two-hander.
No, he's a much more speed dominant two-hander.
Yeah, he's kind of like a one-hander, sort of.
Kinda. He's just more speed dominant. Most of the two-handers are rep dominant.
Yes.
He can be a little bit closer to matched on the other side or above the matched side.
Yeah, he's not like a Belmo.
No. Belmo likes to shape it. Kyle does not like to shape it.
Yeah. Even Simonson's another one who kind of shapes it a little bit.
Yeah.
Not as nearly much as Belmonte does.
Right.
So that's our recap. So what's your so who wins it? I think Troop wins, and I think this will cement.
I want to give it an underdog. I want to give Christian Azcona my pick.
That's a good one.
I want to give an underdog pick.
You know, I follow. We're friends on Facebook, me and Christian.
Oh, really?
Yes, we are, and we've actually spoken a couple times. You know what Christian and I have in common?
You guys both have Doge.
Doge. Well, I don't anymore. He does, but we talk about cryptos. But I could see Christian doing it. He gets a handful at the bottom. Man. Yeah. He really gets a handful.
I think his time's coming for him to break through, and if he's got good ball reaction, he's going to strike.
He has one title.
Yes, he does not have a title on TV, but he does have a title.
Was that it was an extra frame
stop in North Carolina?
So it was kind of like the Delaware regional, like super regional base.
Correct.
How about Butters winning his 28th regional this weekend?
That's insane.
How old is he?
God,
he's in mid-20s?
Mid-20s.
28 regionals already. Yeah. 28 regional titles.
Top 15 of all time.
Easily.
No, he got the phone call. Top 15 regional holders of all time.
Does Pete have the record?
I don't know who does.
You know what we're gonna do? Well, I'm gonna plan this up. I'm gonna plan this out for next week. We'll kind of let the cat out of the bag what we're gonna do for next week. He doesn't know it yet, but we're gonna have a guest next week. We've been talking about him, bringing him on for about a year now.
It's been a while.
We're gonna bring him on. He's actually bowling the USBCs right now.
Okay.
We're gonna bring on. To me, when you think of the USBCs or the ABCs, whatever you want to call it, the Nationals, there's only one guy that you think of, and I also call him the TMZ of bowling.
Okay.
Jeff Riggles.
Fair point.
I think he has like 4 or 5 Eagles.
He's got.
How about Riggles is the first person to ever go 90 clean at the Open?
Wow.
He was the first person to go 90 clean.
That's impressive.
At the Nationals. That's really impressive.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So he doesn't know it yet, but I'm gonna give him a call when he gets home from Vegas, and we're gonna get him on.
All right.
He would know who has the most regional wins.
Yeah.
He would know that. What did I say? Weber had 48, I said, when we did it before?
I think so. Yeah. Yep. 48, because he has 4 senior ones. Yep.
So he has 52 total regionals.
Mm-hmm.
What's playing?
I don't think that's me.
That's Alexa. Alexa, off. I don't know how that happened. That's kind of weird.
That's funny.
Alexa, stop.
Got some technical difficulties in the house.
So that's going to be 50 titles. Your father, what, dad of 20? What did he say? He's 25, I think he said.
Something like that.
He's
up there.
He's up there, but I mean, Buttriff, mid-20s, he has 28 regionals already.
That's
28.
Insane. It's insane. It's done. But I think it's time to wrap this one up, Mike.
Yeah, it was a little short one today, but we're going to be back next week.
Yeah, you got some league playing to do.
A very sad night tonight, too.
Yeah.
One a little history about this place.
Go ahead.
So the lanes of Seagirt. I feel like I'm not on.
You're not. You got to lean in.
I don't want to get too close to you.
Come on.
I'm not wearing a mask.
Oh, well, it's okay.
Down by us, it's closing their doors as of tonight. It's the last night of business. Yeah. As of tomorrow, the building it's sold. And it's a shame another bowling center in our area is going down. So the bulldozer will be coming, I believe, next week.
Yeah.
In this building was the first place I ever bowled a 700 series.
Really?
Attitude 3.
Nice.
716 on 1718. It was a really good ball.
Good ball.
That's sentimental value in the Bohn house, by the way.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. I won the Junior Masters there. My first of 3 Monmouth County Junior Masters I won in that building.
All right.
And I'll give you a funny story. You know when you go to the boardwalk and they have those like the hammer game with the rubber frog, you had to like get into the water.
Yeah.
So when my aunt moved into her new home, I had to be like 15 or 16, and she had one of those frogs on the roof of her new house. It was on the roof.
Nice.
So my uncle went up, got the frog off the roof, and I always kept it in my bowling bag. Well, I did all through high school bowling, and Johnny Jr.
Yeah.
And I always fooled around with the frog and throw it back and forth, whatnot. And we bowled traveling league at Seagirt one time, and Johnny had bowled miserably. And he was just Johnny Jr. was just it wasn't his best showing. He took the frog and he threw it on the roof of the bowling center. I chased him down out in the parking lot.
Nice guy.
Mike Stevens.
Okay.
We love Mike.
Love Mike.
Mike Stevens got the owner or the manager of the bowling center to get a ladder to go on the roof.
Oh,
which is like one of those double-decker roofs. It was not like, the 50-footer.
Yeah.
And he got onto a ladder, climbed up, and got the frog for me. I wanted to kill Johnny. So we have a question for you, Justin.
All right.
And you met this man finally. You met Mr. Spence finally. So why did you go to two-handed instead of one? And why don't you tell Mr. Spence what you did two-handed this weekend? Because this is pretty impressive.
We actually just talked about it before the show.
Yeah.
The prime reason that I can strike more, and I hope that answers your question, but that's honestly is the main reason why, is because when my ball hits the pocket, the odds of me striking are high.
Well, why don't you tell everybody what you did this weekend?
So this weekend I bowled two tournaments. Gotta give a shout out to the two ladies that ran this tournament, Mackenzie Keene and Darcy.
That was at Carolina, right?
They ran a Bowl for the Battle event, raising money for breast cancer, and raised over $18,000, which is absolutely unreal.
Phenomenal cause.
So it was just four game tournament on the house shot, 962 for 4 at Carolina.
Thanks for playing.
Yep, thanks for playing. Brought home first place.
Bring home the W.
Go out Sunday to Harrisburg, bowl the PGA for 9 games, average 247.
Do you have the clip of your messenger on here?
I could probably find it,
because I think John would really appreciate that.
I'll be like,
this was one of the sickest messengers I've ever seen before.
I'll just say this is all that you have to see, and this will answer your question.
Dude, I mean, to me, this is better than any Robert Smith messenger from back in the day.
Oh yeah,
better than
this is all right. All right, this is up there with a Oscu Palermo.
Oscu messenger. Yeah, this one is. Yeah, this one is really good.
So for the 13 games, I averaged 245, and
sick.
5 of the 13 games, I had 1 miss going in.
Is this the shot?
This is the shot.
All right, Spence. I hope you're watching this.
This is why.
Can we one more time?
You want to watch that one?
I could watch it over and over again because that is just incredible.
Atomic. I didn't realize how insane it was until after I watched it.
And it got recognition from Oscu, right? Oscu,
Kyle Troop.
Packy, Kyle Troop.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the most impressive matches ever. Like I said, that beats a Robert Smith messenger. That beats that's up there with an Oscu messenger.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten your rev rate measured or analyzed?
I think it's close to 530.
Two-handed. What was it before? Do you have an idea what it was before? You're probably in the mid 4s, right?
450-ish.
But you got a handful of it. I said this to you before. You always got a handful of it.
My rotation is just a little bit different.
Your ball roll is different.
My ball roll is different, and it allows me to strike a lot more.
Now,
I mean, being good with a purple hammer is insane.
Welcome back to the Purple Hammer, by the way.
Yes, that ball's been announced.
Pre-orders now at buddiesproshop.com. Your Purple Hammer.
Pre-order because they're going to be on back order for a long time.
Yeah. Now, I guess the other question I had was, are you shooting all your spares now two-handed? Well, I know you were going back to corner pins. You're shooting one-handed, obviously. And are we going to two-handed shooting your corners? Starting
it. Working on a couple of timing things and working on the physical game. So I think shooting the spares, even though don't get me wrong, I was way better shooting my spares one-handed than I was two-handed.
Yeah.
But in the long run, once I figure out how to do it, I think it will actually be better for my shot making one-handed.
Yeah, but you're going to be doing the same thing over and over and over.
Correct.
Again. It's not going to be like going back and forth.
Correct.
Now, is that something that you would ever entertain going back to one-handed? Like if the lane told you, like, hey, you have a ball in the car with a thumb hole in it. You're really struggling.
Not at the current time.
Okay.
Because I don't carry around balls with thumb holes anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it wouldn't be something in the back of my mind that if I start practicing one-handed again and just have it in the bag.
Another trick in the bag.
Yeah.
Would you ever go back to one-handed completely?
And get rid of two-handed?
And get rid of two-handed.
Not at the point that I'm at now. At least that's not on the thought.
That's not on the table right now.
Yeah. I'm the last month I've bowled extreme. It's probably been
a couple months now.
Yeah. Well, the last month alone I've bowled 300, 830. Won 2 tournaments this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I mean, you really can't argue that. I mean,
no.
the proof is right there.
Right.
But there's your answer, Spence. That's why he went to two-handed.
Yep.
Now, you were at the 50 stop.
Which one?
You were in Virginia?
I was not. I was only at the first one.
You were in Florida?
Yep, the first stop.
Were there any signs of two-handers down there besides Walter? Did Walter throw it two-handed at all in the tournament?
No. He said he tried it, but it wasn't as good.
So what – and I don't think we asked this to Walter. Maybe you know the answer. What will make him decide one or two hands?
Probably just what the lane's seeing him. I mean, when you learn how to do both, you kind of see like when the time is right to go to one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like knowing when to get out of a solid and go to a pearl, or when to get out of a symmetric and go to asymmetric.
It's like a ball change, basically.
It's the same idea. Yeah. Yep.
So I don't think Walter. You said Walter probably hadn't done it yet on tour this year. There's no need for it.
I don't know if he has at any of the other stops. I know he didn't. If he did do it at the first one, it wasn't for very long.
All right. So last one.
Go ahead.
Back to the senior tour.
Okay.
So Couch won the first senior title.
Yep.
Of the group of guys that are out there now, the new group, the new guys, the rookies, right?
Yep.
Barnes, Angelo, Tom Hess. Who goes to the winner's circle first?
I gotta say Brad or Chris, because they've already got to the show at least once.
Hess made a good run in the villages. He did.
Yeah. I think he made the step ladder too. So
he did make one show. He has made one show.
I think Barnes. I think it's Barnes for the reason that he still bowls on the kids tour and competes on the kids tour.
So Barnes, Angelo, Hess. Am I missing any rookies? Couch already won, so we take Couch out of the equation.
I don't know.
Paul Fleming.
Good player.
Paul Fleming.
I think he bowled on the senior tour before.
Did he?
I think so. Yeah.
Am I missing anybody else?
Not
that's
that
like a rookie?
Not that I think of.
So last year was the big one where Couch and Barnes are coming up together. That was the big one. Hoskins hasn't bowled yet.
No. He bowled a while back.
But he hasn't bowled this year.
Not this year. He bowled before COVID.
Yeah, well, we knew that when we talked to him. He bowled a couple stops last year.
Yeah.
And then next year, what's going on in Maine? Really quick, what's going on in Maine? That's
the King of the Lanes.
King of the Lanes. That's before the summer swing.
Yes.
One of our
June 18, 19, 20.
One of our very close friends of the show has got an invitation to bowl in that.
Who's that?
Timmy Mack.
You know who else got an invitation to bowl? Parker Bohn.
Yes, he did.
Parker Bohn's got an invitation.
Yes,
you know who else got an invitation to bowl?
Who?
The ginger assassin himself, Anthony Nyer, got invited to bowl.
Now, are they allowing fans in Maine?
That I don't know. I feel like they would for that event. I mean, at regionals now, they're running pro-ams. The senior stops, they have pro-ams. So I think it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I guess what part of the country you go to too. Well,
yeah.
Well, Florida's open, right? So Florida.
Well, like even in Virginia, they had pro-ams. They just bowled a regional out in Ohio and had a pro-am in Ohio.
That was the one. Oh God, I can't think of the guy's name. Domingo finished second. Jeremy, local guy.
Second.
Jeremy finished second.
Yep.
Who's
Aaron Lawrence.
Aaron Lorenz.
Yeah.
He's a really straight player. Really straight player.
Yes.
All right. I'm good.
All right. We're
gonna make some dinner.
Yes.
I have to cook for my partner tonight.
We're gonna make some dinner and
I have to go bowl. I have to go bowl league.
Yep. And best of luck.
Did you also? All of our winners of the guest scores have been notified.
Correct.
So now it's on you to get the merchandise out.
Yes.
What we got to do something else this summer? I know last summer we did the trivia contest.
Yep.
I feel like we got to do something else.
Okay.
We can do another trivia round.
Figure something out.
We could do something.
We can figure something out. But we're gonna wrap this one up. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 8 p.m. We have a huge announcement that you will not want to miss. Words can't describe how bad I want the world to know this.
I know.
I'm not the only one.
No, I know what it is already. Somebody messaged me in the video to bet on it, and somebody said, "Are they allowing gambling on bowling in Howell Lanes?" I said, "Well, gambling's always been going on in Howell Lanes if you really think about it."
Yeah, but that's not it.
But it's not it.
That's not it.
No.
Not it. Words can't describe how bad I want the world to know this, and they're going to know tomorrow night.
Literally in about 26 hours away from now, the world will know what's going to happen.
The countdown is on. So be sure, tune in tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. And as for now, we will see you next time.
BuddiesProShop.com, Zone 5, 5% off.
Zone 5 off.
Zone 5 off. I always forget the off. And pre-order your purple hammers because they will be on back order probably until
next year.
Next year. Yeah.
Next year. So as for now, be sure and hit that subscribe button, like the Facebook page, and we will.
Next Tuesday, Thursday, probably back.
Yeah, we will see you next time, everybody. Have a good night, everybody.